count of vents, air conditioning vents throughout the house. So sorry I was gone for so long, but it had to be done. I will post this public afterwards so you can come back and watch the first one, but you'll be able to see the second one. I went ahead and cut one hole and I went, oh great, I forgot to go live. It's from touching the phone. I put the phone up, and as I set the phone up, you just touch this thing, and it has all these things. Like there's a button that'll swap the camera around, and if I press it, it does that, And then there's another button that'll change the look of the video, and then there's a freaking microphone, and yeah, it mutes me. Not cool. And all I'm trying to do is move the phone around to give you guys a better picture. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm installing some recessed lighting. We're going to get on this right away. And what we have is we've already got the ceiling fan wires run from the switch. Hello, nice to meet you. A bit abusive. Hello, Mr. Thanks for letting me know that I had it muted, by the way. This stupid phone. But you can hear me now, right? That's cool. So let's get this wire right here, this one, hooked up in this can. I know it's just a little pancake, but we're going to put it in this, and we're going to put it back up, and then we're going to take and cut this wire here, and then get a wire from this hole to this hole. And then we'll go from that hole to this hole, and from this hole to this hole, and then all the lights will be wired. After I have them wired, we'll install the cans. So let's get started. First off, this is just a compressor fitting, and this is what you use on Romex. This is the proper one. We're only using one Romex through it, and we'll use it. On the cans themselves, they have these little compression knockouts that we'll use, and we won't have to use these on them. But we will use this on the pancake. So, first things first, let's loosen this up. Okay. And then I'm going to have to knock out the it's called a knockout. Use the opposite one that this one's going in on. We're going to use this one here. So we're just going to knock it out. That's it. That's all I have to do. And that's take the nut off. Through. Wire up. I'll tighten this up once I put it up inside. Now, I tighten that up with the drill, which does not do a good job, so I'm tightening these up by hand. That's done really nice. And then it's just back up, and the screws go back up in. Look at that, beautiful. Said, this is way overkill, but this is how whoever installed this did it, so I'm doing it the same way. There we go. Look at that. Gorgeous. We are going to leave the black wire for the ceiling fan. It gets a remote, so it can do what the old switch used to do. And what we're going to do next is we're going to run another wire from this one over to the next hole. So, do that. Put this in the room. Oh, imagine. Look there. I'm going to cut this right about here. And then I'll put the gold on. Let's see if I can aim you where you can see. I'm going to try to head to that hole over here. Right there. So, and no, that didn't work very far. I can tell. It just is bouncing. And that should be there. It should be within reach once I get into this hole. This cable. Ta-da! So you can see my tape. Do that same thing I did on the last one. Just go around a couple times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then around the end of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good enough. And then we flag it. It'll make it much easier for me to take. Now, wire. Oh, how did that work? Now understand, I'm lucky. I'm not working on a, well, this is a 2-story home, but where I'm working in the home, this is, has an attic. Very small attic access, but it has an attic. All right. So that's that. Now, we'll go from this hole to the far back one, and then from the back one to the far left, which you can't see, but I'll adjust the camera. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right. I said the wire cutter was down just a second ago. Okay. Oh, there you are. They're on the floor. I'm just using my alignments. Yep. Now, we'll do the same thing. This is going to be a little bit harder of a bounce. You're going to be bouncing over the studs. The studs are ready this way. That's what that tape stuff is beside the hole. It's showing me where the studs are. I found with my stretch lines. So let's bounce this. This is a little bit harder. I might actually want to use a stiffer rod. So use a stiffer one when you're going a far distance, like you said, you're bouncing over the studs. A stiffer one. And it's 4 foot long. So we put it on the front. great brands, they all go together. In fact, that's the first time I ever tried to put them together. This is a good start for me to get over. Ooh, these are nice stuff. These are not 2x4, these are 2x6. I think this is how it's well built. It was built in the 1970s. So, whoever built it, their standards for whoever's messing with it every day. Okay, so there we go. I'm almost there. I'll bet you can even do it already. What? What is that? What are you trying to say? I give up. I'll never get the wire from here to there. Just a stupid joke, okay, when you make the route. The joke makes no sense because obviously you're there. Now if you do another roll of tape, this is running low. And I got to pass that stuff. Oh, there you go. And because I flagged it, you find it real quick. One more light to do. Let's turn the same thing. Oh, well, thank you for watching from India. What motivates me to? Money. No, I have a very good life. If you look at my channel, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. I captain a yacht. I started out right out of high school with the Army. Went to Germany, came back, and I got a job as a chauffeur. I was young. I was in my early 20s. I started doing what every limo driver did at the time, thought was the best dream ever, getting a private gig. I was in my early 20s, like 21, 22, 23. And I'm driving a private limousine. And these people, they were really good. I worked with them until their family grew up. And then I ended up starting to work with their son. Gus is getting me. So I ended up doing that for 10 years until I was in my early 30s. When I was in my early 30s, I started working for Illinois Service. And I ended up bouncing around between services like most graduates do. Ooh, what do we have here? And I ended up getting a job working for a company called Elite Service. And they were out of Newport Beach, which was basically the city I grew up in. So there you go. You're going to get a job. Who doesn't mind working in their hometown? So that job led to the owner installing a home theater. And as he installed his home theater, he needed somebody to work with. And Adam, I don't know, he just thought I could do it. So I installed a home theater. That led from one to another. Did one for his brother, or one for a friend, a friend of a friend, and then I, at one point, wanted to try. I remember in 1990, I decided how hard, or could I make a living installing home theaters and not drive a movie. So I tried for a month and I found out I could. I mean, I did go back to driving one of these, never shut it all down, but man, to find out I could survive off of doing something other than what I basically been doing my whole life to that point, that was pretty amazing. And then in 2000 I think it was in 2001, I did a job that paid me very good money. I mean, very good money. Even at the time, it was $1,500 to put their equipment together. They owned all the equipment. I just had to hook it up. Yeah, I'm installing the screen, it's electric drop down. I had to run the wires and speaking to the but then he asked us if no one had ever asked me, do you have a contractor's license? I didn't know you needed one to hook up stereos, but it wasn't for hooking up the stereos you needed the contractor's license for. It was for putting the wires in the wall. So then I had a choice. If you do what I love without a license, with the potential of getting caught and getting an extremely large fine and put out of business, or getting a license. So I chose to go ahead and get the license, and it wasn't for electrical, it was for low voltage. But when I told my instructor what I was doing, everybody was awesome. I install alarms, I install alarms, I install alarms. Came to me, what do? I install home theater. He pulled me to the side and goes, you don't want an electrical contractor's license, you don't want a C7, you don't want low voltage, you want high voltage. And I told him, I'm not voltage. That's not the point. Who installs a projector? Who installs the electrical for you? Well, I do, and if you get caught, yeah, I know. And what happens if, how much can you charge for that? Or if you pay somebody, oh yeah, they're going to charge me $250 an hour just to put an outlet in the ceiling. Oh yeah, you can have that $250. Remember, this is early 2000. Now that would be like $750. But I got my license. I ended up getting electrical contractor's license. Next thing you know, I'm working on a really big job. I'm just doing the low voltage. Alarms, cameras, background music, home theater. Awesome job, big job, paid very well. I have an electrical contractor's license. The electrician on this job passed away. The journeyman could still do the work. He knew the plan, he could finish it, not a problem, but he's not licensed. The foreman on the job called me into his office and asked me if I could take over the electrical, but keep the electrician on the job and let him do the work. And Sure, they offered me good money. I pulled the permit. I walked outside. I talked to the journeyman. I go, look, I'm not an electrician. As long as you're comfortable with doing the work, no problem. Run under my license. He ran under my license, finished the job. And that's how I got started. So, hope you guys are all having fun. I have all my wires, so look at this. It's beautiful. So we actually, first hole came over to here. Look on it. And it goes from here to here to here. It's beautiful. Now let's get the cans. These pull one out. And this is what I'm going to do. Now, oh, here, let me show you this. This, I think, that's great. I'm going to put you down low so you can see. Let's see how this works here. All right. I'll show you how this works. Because this, a lot of people get wrong. And they look at this and they go, oh, can lights, and you got to pop this out, and you have to use that compression fitting like I used on the pancake or the ceiling fan. Goes, no. I'm just using this. This is, see these right here and here? You can pop those out. Look at this. Just bending it up, taking it back and forth, and look, that thing is going to be gone here in a second, so it didn't pop off as easy as it normally does. I guess these are well-built cans. Okay, you see that? Let's go. Open the side of the can up. First off, take the paper. I've read this a million times. I don't need to read it again. You see this little spring here? This piece right here. I'm going to push the Romex through there. That spring's going to hold it. And then all I have to do is strip them and put them in these wires. So I will do it twice, except for the last can. In fact, maybe we should do this as the last can, because I always forget and pop 2 holes out. And then you got an exposed hole, and you're not supposed to do that. So we'll leave this one. We'll just do the last can, and then we'll wire this up, put this up in the ceiling, and yeah. What I do is I put them up in the ceiling, but I don't pop the things in until I then have the last one wired, turn the switch on. Once the switch is on, test it with a light. Once I test it with the light and I know everything, all the lights work, then I go back and I push all the pins down. Because if I make a mistake, I have to pop those out, I can really mess up a can. Anybody who's done this before, they'll know. So I'm going to set this up here for a second. I'm just going to walk off frame here for you. Bring you guys up here. Get you a better view of the room. Let's see. Yeah, that looks like it's showing 3 of the 4 holes. So ooh, sorry about that. Pressed something. But there you go. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. So I'll do those 3 and then we'll swing over to the last one. But let me go grab just a razor blade so I can strip the wires. No, I'm not actually stripping the wires. I'm just using the razor blade to strip the. In fact, I'm not even using a razor blade. There's things using a pair of garden shears that's just sharp. And I just use this blade here to cut the outside sheathing of the wire. I'll do it here real close so you can see, but you just, and then do it on the inside. And look at this. See the little cut it made? And then if I just, it just exposes it. But it's sharp enough to put a nice little ding into the sheathing without cutting through and cutting my wire. Because you don't want a little nick down here. That would be bad. And yeah, I know a lot of guys use a razor blade, and I said razor blade, but nah, that's fine. And then I just use my linemen's that have wire strippers on it. There you go. So, up to the first box is going to be this back one that I just took off camera. That one. Yay! Come on. We'll do that one first because it only has one wire. Oh, look at this. The phone does not want to stay. There we go. Yeah, try to go way down. It will just to prove me wrong. There we go. Underneath here. This is what I can get it. There we go. Here's the neat thing about linemen's. They have this, my wire cutters built onto these. These are just a cheap pair. I used to buy the really expensive pairs, but I will lose these. I lose 2 or 3 pair of these a year. These are actually less than 6 months old. I just left them outside one night on a job, and that wasn't good for them. They got all rusted up, but they're still good. I lose these so fast, it's just funny. But you have 10 gauge, then you have 12, then you have 14. Now we're doing 14. And if you just bring that wire up to the thickness of this, it strips it perfect. We're using these type of connectors that are built in to these cans. So there it is, and here it is. There you go, just like that. And where's that can? I'm going to push this through that opening that I made for you guys earlier. You pull it down so that it passes by a 1/4 inch or more. There you go. And then white to white, black to black, spare to green, which is ground. And there you go. This can is wired. Okay. And put the cover plate back on. So that's done. So then what else I'm going to do is grab a and now I'm not putting the can up in the ceiling yet. We explained it earlier. Because it's not my home, and I don't know I don't know if this is going to be a tenant. I think this is going to be a tenant, but I don't know their preference in lighting. And because these are adjustable, and I can do the bright 4, right now it's on the yellow. That's the yellow. You see how it has a little, I don't know, can it adjust? And there's a little arrow. This is the mark right here. So it's on that bottom one. So I always go right in the middle. I don't go bright white, that blue, what they call daylight. And I don't go to that yellow 2700. I just go right in the middle. I just plug this in here. And then when we get done, and I get all the way around, I'll slip the wires into it at the can. And then it's off to the switch and do a test. Let's do that next test right there. Come on. There you go. Huh. Hey, there you go. We're going to do this slide over here, right there. We'll go to this one, then we'll go to the bar, and then we'll go to this one, and from here we'll go to the center. So let's get this done. Here, we need to grab another camera. This time, I know I need to do 2 on the rest of the can. So, they've worked, done it enough times, know what it says, know what I'm doing. Now I have 2 open. There's 2 wires back there. And strippers, cover plate. The realtor just walked up. I know what that means. I'm not going to be able to continue doing a live stream because he's going to want me to, talk to him. So we'll call it quits right now. I'll post just a video. I'll just post a video saying this is the complete job. Because the realtor's here, I know I'm going to have to talk to him and he's not going to want to come in on the live stream. But bye. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you guys learned something. See you.